Welcome to She Sells Radio. Oh, my friend, we have got it will be a direct, it will be a possibly not confronting message in a way of like, I'm trying to confront you over here. I know you are so driven. I know you are so lit up about your future. I know you are so committed to your greatness. And I want to share something that I have heard in the community more so recently that I want to clarify, which is when I speak with clients or potential clients and they're like, well, at least, I hear you say that you have everything you need inside of you. So I'm just going to rely on that. I've got everything I need inside of you. I don't need a coach. I don't need a mentor. And so here's the thing. Do I believe that you have everything you need inside of you? 100%, 100%. And you can have everything you need inside of you, but you still need someone to pull it out of you, my friend. So when our brain tells us this, when we make this excuse, when we are, and I want to preface this whole episode with, I don't care who you hire as your mentor. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's someone else. Working with a coach, working with a mentor is a very personal relationship. There needs to be alignment there. My intention with this and what I do want to do though, is help you get out of your own way, because this is usually, if you are saying this to yourself, and look, a lot of you who are listening, you are my clients, you're in my community, you're investing in coaching. So this may not be something you're saying, but if it is, this is usually a very clever trick from your subconscious, from your limiting beliefs, to prevent you from moving forward on the very thing that would unlock your next level. The subconscious will go to every extent, every way to make something sound really good, to make a really rational, logical reason why you shouldn't move forward on something that you know in your core is going to help you grow. And it'll make it sound awesome. And it'll make it sound very Instagram quotable. And it'll make it sound very valid. And that's exactly what this is. And so, I was inspired to come on and talk about this one, just because I've heard this a couple times recently in the community. And I've been like, I need to address it like on a broader scale, because anything I hear multiple times, I think, it's probably not just a few people I've spoken with, but, I just did another interview today with Chris Jones of Red Door Designs. And if you're listening to this in real time, that interview already came out a few episodes ago. So you can go back and listen because it was phenomenal. She's a great copywriter for entrepreneurs. And what she said about how she helps clients just stood out to me, because I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I do too. And she said, you can't read the label from inside the jar, right? You just can't read the label from inside the jar. We were talking about why it's so hard if you're an entrepreneur, if you're in charge of writing copy to promote yourself. Why is it so hard for us to do that? Well, we're too close to it. We're too close to it. We don't see the things that make us great. We don't see the things that trip us up. And it's the exact same with coaching. It is the exact same with your goals. You think the problem is this. This is why I love doing both the tactical and the inner work with clients, because oftentimes we think we just need a better strategy. We think we just need a better funnel. We think we just need a better whatever. But the truth of the matter is, those are all surface level, and those only account for 3 to 5% of your results. What you really need, like deep down, do you need the strategy? Sure. Like, can that help move the needle? Yeah. It depends on where you're at, what the circumstances, but I have yet to find a situation where there isn't a deeper underlying subconscious belief around visibility, around money, around worthiness. That's the thing that's actually holding you back. And you're not going to see it because it's your belief system. It's your norm. So there's no way you can tell that that's what's holding you back. And so here's the thing. If you aren't currently working with a coach, a mentor, someone who is where you want to be, and I think that's important too, to hire someone who they're where you want to be. They don't just know it intellectually, they live it, they breathe it, they get it. They've created what you want to create. If you're not currently working with someone and you're saying, I have XYZ goals, I have everything inside of me though, so I don't need to hire someone. How's it working for you, my friend? How is it working? Are you where you want to be yet? Because if you're not, it's not working for you. And I want to share another tip when you're looking for, a mentor or coach or support is don't just look at the financial success. I think that's part of it. I think that's important, but I also would look at their whole life. Do I want to live like they live? Not that it has to be exactly the same, right? But are they happy? Are they a good person? Do they have joy in their life? If health is important to you, like, are they in good health? Like all of those things, I work with mentors where it's like, I want to model how they live, not the exact same life, but the way in which they live, the way in which they think. I want to learn to think like them, to act like them. So looking, and I say this because I know we have a lot of listeners who are in the sales space, right? And you may be looking for someone to help you grow your sales, which is great. And I love working with clients on that. And I would say, when you're looking for a mentor, look for someone who not just is great at the sales strategy, but it's like they're happy. They have a good family life. They're in integrity. If spiritual connection is important to you, that's strong, right? And so this is really about starting to call yourself on your own excuses. I do this to myself all the time. And it takes a level of almost like super awareness where we can get out of the box and look at ourselves. Well, here's the thing. It's hard to look at yourself objectively. That's the whole point of this episode. But it's something I strive to do. It's why I have coaches and mentors who can help me see a different perspective. And then outside of my coaching with them, I also continuously aim to see myself from a higher perspective and see where the subconscious limiting beliefs running the show and calling myself on my own excuses. I'll out myself a little bit here. This morning, Jason and I, we really we love each other. We're so good together. He's an amazing man. And this morning he did something that triggered me and I went into trigger and I forgot that my thoughts create my reality. I went into a bit of victim mode. And it's funny when you know this stuff. It's funny when you know how this stuff works, because the little part of me wanted to stay victim, because that was part of what Elise was taught growing up about here's how you, and I'm not making anyone wrong. I'm just saying this is some of what I learned growing up. Like, here's how I get what I want. I go into victim mode. And so that's like the little part of me. But the greater part of me, the part who has learned this through great coaching and mentoring and who continues to invest in herself and continues to grow herself, knew in that moment that that was an old emotional addiction to judgment and to victimhood that was showing up. And so I had to call myself on my own excuses. I had to come to him and say, you know what? That wasn't right for me to speak to you in that way. That wasn't fair. And I literally said, that is an old emotional addiction to judgment that just came up there that I get to work on dropping. And so I share that because I'm not perfect. No one's perfect, but we've got to be willing to call ourselves on our own excuses. And the statement of, I don't need help because I have everything I need inside of me. It is not an excuse to not get coaching. It is not an excuse to not get mentoring. It's not what it means. Again, my friend, you need someone to help you pull it out of you. You need someone aligned with you, but you need someone to help pull it out of you. And when you invest in yourself, it's such a different process. And you get this because when you have something on the line, you've been there before, right? Where it's like, I'm kind of committed to this thing. And when we're kind of committed, we kind of get great, maybe mediocre, maybe just really poor results. But when there's something on the line, everything shifts. And that thing on the line in our society is usually money. When you've put money on the line, when you've done that, it's a declaration of your worthiness. It is a declaration of your worthiness to the world. And that's my experience. I remember when I invested the first time I invested $50,000 in a coach. Then when I invested 6 figures in a coach, it felt so stretchy. It felt so scary. It felt so uncomfortable, but it was literally in that moment, a declaration of I am worth it. I am worth this level of support. And you know what? Everything shifted in my life when I decided that I was worth that level of support. So the benefit that you're going to get isn't just someone who's looking at you from the outside and can help call you on things and help show you a different perspective and help call you to another level. Your subconscious is actually going to get the command that you're worth having what you want. You're worth the money you want. You're worth the sales you want. You're worth the opportunities you want, because you finally took an action and put something on the line to show and to declare that you were worthy of it. And this is how it works. You will always and only receive what you think you are worthy to receive. You will always and only receive in life what you think you deserve. That's why I always say your level of income will never exceed your level of self-worth. So if you're saying, I want a 6-figure income, I want a 7-figure income, great. And guess what? You can have it. And are you showing up like someone who's worthy of that? Are you showing up every day with that commitment, with that, this is happening, with that, I'm in it, like I'm in the game, I'm uncomfortable, I'm stretching myself, I'm showing up, I'm investing in myself? Or are you sitting on the sidelines saying someday? Because no one's going to come give you permission to have it. You're not going to have that moment, that aha moment that changes everything when you're sitting on the sidelines of your life. It's just not how it works. Your brain will tell you that you are, and your brain lies to you all day long, because it's all about keeping you where you are. And so here's the thing, like, I want to kind of just wrap this and encourage you too. If you have thoughts like, I want to get help, I want to get mentorship, I want to get coaching, and really deep down, there's a fear of, I can't afford it. What if I fail? What if I'm not worthy of it? Right? Your brain may give you a thought that I have everything I need inside of me. And that sounds really good. And that sounds really like Instagram quotable, but it's a cover up for fear. It's a cover up for unworthiness. And so I share this to empower you. Again, I don't care who you choose as your mentor. Choose the person who's most aligned with you. And I gave you some guidelines in the episode today, but don't let that be an excuse that holds you back anymore. Don't let that be an excuse that keeps you living the same old level of income, financial results, opportunities, life, right? If your life isn't, it's not that every single day I'm lit up 24/7. Like there are days where I'm like, I got to get the energy going today. But I tell you what, every day I'm in it. Every day, for the most part, I'm excited. Every day I'm stretching, I'm pushing, I'm so uncomfortable. And I'm okay with that, because that's life. That's what happens when we're really in it. That's the only way that we know we're growing, is that we are massively uncomfortable most of the time. But you know what? You feel alive, you feel excited, and you finally feel like yourself again. So whatever that support looks like for you, get the coaching, get the mentorship. Yes, you have what you need inside of you. And yes, you got to have someone to pull it out of you. It's not going to happen on your own. So with that, I would love to hear your biggest takeaway. Tag me on social. I'm at Elise Archer on all platforms. Would love to hear what stood out to you in today's episode. I know this, like I said, like I speak directly to my clients. I want to speak directly to you because you're worth hearing the truth, and you're worth holding yourself to a higher standard, because that's how you're going to get what you want in life. So again, thank you for tuning into today's episode. And if you're a woman looking to break through your first 6 figures, if that for you is like, this is the thing, I am ready, I am committed, I'm going to break through those 10K months, go check out the 10K Club, elisearcher.com/10K Club. The whole program is brand new, re-released, elevated, beautiful. So many exciting things, including an event ticket to our next live event, which will be announced very soon. And it's going to be really, really phenomenal. Women changed their lives at last year's live event in really big ways. So elisearcher.com/10K club for that. And then you can head over to elisearcher.com for all sorts of other goodies, freebies to help you elevate your sales and then step into a greater level of financial abundance and possibility in your life to help you really transform into the person you know you were meant to be. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I want to encourage you to go listen to one of our other She Sells Radio episodes for now for continued inspiration.